What is up, familia? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around these parts, hello, hi. Typically we are doing budget and plan with me videos, but we do have an occasional sticker haul and planner review video, and today's video is a planner review video. It's a little different than the other reviews I've done on the channel because this one is actually going to be a comparison review between the Plum Paper monthly planner and the Erin Condren monthly planner. Your girl's budget planner is pretty much almost over and I need a replacement for it. And honestly, I've been between these two planners since I started thinking about the fact that I'll have to switch planners like probably 3 or 4 months ago now. And I'm like, I don't know which of these planners I'm going to end up choosing. So I figured if I'm having this dilemma, I'm sure other planners, especially those of you that budget the same way I do, may be having a similar dilemma. So I thought it would be cool to just show you guys both the planners. At the end of the day, spoiler alert, it's really personal preference, but I've had the opportunity to spend a year in the Plum Paper monthly and a year in the Erin Condren monthly before this past year. And I feel like I can give you some insight, at least on the things that I liked and didn't like. And hopefully that helps inform your decision when you go to purchase one. And before we get started, I do want to say I know that Erin Condren is not everyone's cup of tea, given, you know, what happened last summer, and I understand, trust me, I understand, and I'm certainly not applauding that at all, but I do have to say that specifically for monthly planners, it's pretty much Plum Paper or Erin Condren out here in these streets, y'all. I hate to break it to you, but that's the truth. So if you're coming from someone who does weekly spreads, for example, like you do a standard vertical planner, there are tons, and I mean tons of vertical planner options out there in the market, but there really isn't a ton of monthly planner options out there in the market. Other than these two, I've seen people do like makeshift monthly planners with like inserts or printables that they did and kind of makeshifted it themselves, but otherwise, I haven't seen any other ones. So if you guys know of any other monthly planners, specifically where they just have the monthly view and notes pages with no weekly view, let me know down below in the comments because I am more than happy to look into that. So that was a really long intro. Thank you for listening. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first planner I'm going to review is the Plum Paper Monthly. I decided to pick up this cover for it. It says you are wildly capable, and the print is super pretty, and I love the colors. So I thought this was a great one. It just comes with kind of your standard coil here. Nothing fancy or special about that. For the cover, you do have like this initial, I don't know what to call this. It's like a clear, not cardstock, but basically a clear cover. It's pretty thick. She thick, y'all, she thick. To cover the actual cover, which is here, which actually I do really like this because I found that it really protected my current cover a lot from just getting stuff on it, especially since the cover I have for my current budget planner is all white. So I found this really helpful as a protective cover. But here's the protective cover. Here's the cover that I chose. They do have interchangeable covers that you can get on the website. So if this is not your cup of tea, you can certainly switch it out. I think the mechanism for switching this out is that you have to kind of cut the strips and then pull it out. As opposed to just having like a snap-on, snap-off cover, which you'll see when I do the Erin Condren one, what I mean. But so protective cover, regular cover is interchangeable. And then you open it up to, of course, this monthly planner page. This is always kind of, this is pretty standard among planners. This planner belongs to, you can write your name in or hand letter or get a sticker or whatever have you. So this is pretty standard. So then when you flip the page, you have your kind of monthly or year at a glance, I should say, for 2021. So it shows you all of the months. This is a July start, which makes sense for me and when I needed to start, but it gives you a year at a glance view with all of the months. Of course, people use this page for different things. I don't use this page too much, but I have seen people like highlight paydays or maybe school days if you have kids, like days off that you need to keep in mind. So different people have different uses for these pages. I don't use these pages all too much. And then you have the same thing, just this is for 2022. So you have a year at a glance for all of the months in 2022. So same deal. Okay, so on these pages, these are your special dates pages. So it has all 12 months listed out here with space for you to write in special dates. So you can include holidays, you can include birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, whatever you consider a special date. I think they do this in lieu of having like a holiday spread, which is usually what you'll see in the front of a lot of planners sometimes. And I think this is their way of just giving you the option to put in what you want to celebrate and list it out for yourself. So that's these two pages. And I did get the modern color scheme. I think Plum Paper has 2 or 3 color schemes that you can choose from. Another thing about Plum Paper, if you guys have never experienced the Plum Paper website, it is very, and I mean very customizable. You can literally craft the planner to be whatever you want. They have whole sections you can add extra note pages. They have several different types of layouts that you can choose from. So if the monthly planner is not what you're looking for, like this setup, they have like vertical planners, they have horizontal layouts, they have all sorts of layouts that you can choose from. So this is one of the many things that you can get on the Plum Paper website. So just so you guys know, but here's your special dates pages. And then the next pages are really a blank canvas for you. So you can use this to list out the months again and write goals. It says ideas, plans, and goals. So obviously you can write goals, plans, and ideas. But you can also, you know, if you're keeping track of money, for example, like I'd be using this for a budget, for my budget. So if you want to keep track of like debt payoff, you can do that here. You can really track anything here. They've left this as a complete blank canvas for you so that you can use these pages for whatever suits your needs. So I love that. Okay, and then we have a blank notes page, and then you have your kind of cardstocky tabbed page to start the month. So July, very plain text and all that good stuff. And then it gets you here to the dashboard. So each month we'll have this kind of dashboard page with the 3 circles, and they give you space to write in birthdays, events, things to remember. And then they have 2 blank columns here on the bottom where you can write whatever you'd like. So that's the dashboard. And then on this side, they just give you pretty much a blank notes page. They do have the month on all of their pages. So if that's not something that you want, obviously you can white that out. But if you don't care, that is up there, just so you know. For me, again, I'm usually covering this with my budget sticker, so I'll be whiting that part out typically, and then just using the rest for my budget. So now we have the monthly page. So pretty standard here. It's a Sunday start. Sunday through Saturday is what you've got. You got a little notes section and then a little preview of the next month. I did get mines where I wanted the holidays in there, but you can get yours. I think default, it comes plain, and you can decide if you want the holidays added in. I have the holidays added in for mine, so totally up to you. Again, I'm usually covering this top part with the month and the year, so I usually will wipe that out. Now, here is, I think, one of the biggest differences between the Plum Paper and pretty much any other like 7x9 standard planner. The dimensions, if you use stickers, the way I use stickers, the dimensions for this top part of the month are very different than your standard vertical planner. So I say this because it can be hard to find as many options for the Plum Paper monthly sticker kits as opposed to like an Erin Condren or more standard sized planner. And this has been one of the things that has deterred me from wanting to use Plum Paper again. I don't know if it's deterred me enough to not use this planner at all, but it is something that you want to keep in mind. You're not going to have as many options for your monthly kit layouts as you would in a standard vertical kind of planner. So keep that in mind if you use stickers. I would say that's probably my number 1 complaint about the Plum Paper is that. So that's your monthly overview. And then you start with your notes pages. So like I said, the biggest difference between the monthly and like your vertical horizontal type of layout is that you do not get any weekly setup here. You just get a monthly view and the rest is notes pages. So you get 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you get 11 notes pages, and that's not counting the very first one before the monthly view. So if you count that one too, you get 12 notes pages. So you get plenty of space for spreads, for budgeting spreads. Again, if this is the way that you plan. I'm coming at this from a budget planner perspective because that's what I use, but obviously this is a pretty blank slate. You get a monthly view and you get a ton of notes pages. So you can use this for something else. You can use this to track meal planning, meal prep, maybe a whole like health and fitness journey that you're going through you want to use this for. You can use this planner obviously for anything, but just know that I'm coming from it as a budgeter, a sticker budgeter specifically. So that's why I'm mentioning this stuff. So, okay, so 12 pages total with the one right before the monthly view, and then you get into the next month. So now we get into August. I really love these colors, you guys. And same setup here, dashboard, notes page, monthly view, and then your notes pages. And then we're at September. So I'm going to go through and just show you guys the different colors so you guys can see. So September is like this, again, this is the modern color scheme if you guys are looking to get the same one. September is like a very light, like green. October is kind of like a light peach color. November is like a mustard yellow. December is a blue, kind of like a lightish, like a medium, I feel like blue. I don't know, it feels like a grayish, bluish color. January is more of your dark blue. I would say pretty close to a navy. February is more of like a turquoisey color. March is that same kind of minty light green color. And then they just start repeating the colors. So there's that peachy for April, that mustard yellow for May, and then finally the kind of grayish blue color for June. So this is a 12-month planner. You do have the option to put more months in it as well. So like I said, if you're looking to customize stuff, Plum Paper has got you covered. Plum Paper has got you covered when it comes to that. So that is the Plum Paper, you guys. I love, oh, I'm stuck over here on the little coil. We're good. I did really enjoy working with this planner. I would say, again, my biggest issue, I think, with this planner in the last year has just been finding monthly kits. So I did a lot of piecemealing. It's much easier when I can just go to one shop and get everything there. But for the Plum Paper, I found myself doing a lot more piecemealing, where I would look for monthly kits that fit, and they would just kind of have the monthly kits, but obviously the shops would not sell like budget kits. So I'd have to get my budget kits from somewhere else. And yeah, I could do without the extra hassle. Other than that though, I really enjoyed using the Plum Paper. I love the texture of the paper, which is very different than the Erin Condren. I'll get into that in a second when we get to the Erin Condren monthly planner, but overall, I think it's a pretty strong choice, especially if you don't use stickers at all. It's a non-issue. Plum Paper is a great choice. It's a very smooth paper, especially in comparison to the Erin Condren paper, which is not smooth. But we're gonna go ahead and go on over to the Erin Condren planner next. If you guys have any questions about the Plum Paper that I didn't answer in this review, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. I'm happy to answer what I can, you know, based off someone that has used it for a full year now. I feel like I can answer some questions about it. I may not be able to answer anything. And of course, I will have both sites linked down below in the description box for you guys, so you guys can go and check those out. So there it is, y'all. That is the Plum Paper. Let's go ahead and grab the Erin Condren and go over that one. Okay, you guys, here is the Erin Condren monthly planner. This actually just came out. I'm gonna start, since this is the second one that I'm reviewing, I'm gonna start comparing between the two. Since you guys already saw the Plum Paper, I feel like you guys will know what I'm talking about once I start talking about the comparisons. So off the bat, I mentioned earlier, this cover is interchangeable as well as the Plum Paper. However, this one is a snap-on kind of deal, and I should say snap off kind of deal and a snap on kind of deal. Sorry, y'all, it took me a minute to snap that back on. But what I mean is, unlike the Plum Paper where you're gonna have to snip, that doesn't happen here. Do you see? Like, it's not gonna happen here. You'd have to snip these and then rip them out. Unless I've been doing it wrong this whole time, but I don't think I have. So obviously with this one, it's a much easier replacement for the cover than the Plum Paper. So that's the first thing that's different. This has the protective cover around it already, whereas the Plum Paper has the protective cover separately from the actual cover. This already kind of is, oh God, what is the word I'm thinking of? Laminated. This is already laminated for you. Protective cover kind of built in per se, as opposed to the Plum Paper, which has literally that first protective clear cover and then the regular cover. So that's one thing of note right off the bat. The other thing, which I think is important to note for sticker users, here is your coil for the Plum Paper. Now, I've gone through a year in the Plum Paper. My coil is, my gosh, I can't think, y'all. My planner is super thick and the coil's been able to maintain it, but it doesn't have the same wiggle room as this large coil. Do you guys see? I know you guys can see the difference. Like, this coil is huge compared to the Plum Paper one. This is another thing that I prefer with the Erin Condren. I like that the coil is bigger. I also like that you can customize the coil. I don't know. It seems weird to me that Plum Paper wouldn't let you customize, so maybe I have that wrong. I will double check and I'll just put a note in here when I'm editing. Hey, editing me, put in a note right now. Just to see if Plum Paper lets you customize your coil. I feel like if they did, I would have got it. So I think that's one of the few things, which is actually mind-boggling because they literally let you customize pretty much everything else. That's one of the only things that you can't customize on the Plum Paper website. Erin Condren does let you pick your coil, so I did pick gold. I love gold, you guys. It's like, I like gold. I don't know. Gold is my favorite foil too. Who knows? So off the bat, those are the key differences with just looking at the cover. Now, the cover I got says sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. Erin Condren's really big on quotes. I'm not super big on quotes, you guys. I actually got other covers for this planner. So off the bat, those are the first differences just when you're looking at the front cover. So let's open it up and make sure you guys are in frame. Okay, so once you open it up, you do have this little like note section in the back of the cover. Not my fave, y'all. I never use this. I feel like this is gonna be a nightmare for pens all around the world, but that's just me. So you get this little notes page in the back of the dashboard. Remember, this is laminated, so I feel like pen on this would just be scary. And then you have the very standard kind of title page, and you can usually write your name in here. This gives you a couple lines, so you could write a quote if you're a quote kind of gal or guy. You can do that, so totally up to you, but front page, and then we get into this is so Erin Condren. So for those of you who don't know, the monthly planner I think came out in two designs. There's the, I think it's Century Circles and the Flora design. I chose the Flora design. I thought it was prettier and I really liked the script. I thought it was very elegant and you'll see it more. I mean, you see it here with the quotes. I think this design is super pretty. I love that it's kind of neutral. It floats my boat, I gotta tell you. And the quote says, if you want something you've never had, do something you've never done. So that's the next couple pages. Again, design is super pretty. And then you have the year at a glance. And this script is so pretty. I love how elegant the script is. I really like this. So this next page, you guys, is it's supposed to be the year at a glance, but it's actually 18 months that they give you, which I think is kind of nice. It gives you obviously the remainder of 2021, and then it gives you all of 2022, which I really like actually. So I kind of like this. I love the script again that they used for this option. I think it's very pretty and elegant, so I'm a fan. And here's the difference, you guys. Erin Condren paper is much more textured. It's kind of like a gritty paper, although from what I remember, this paper feels a little less thick and a little less gritty. It's still Erin Condren paper where it's gritty and thicker, but this one feels a little less thick than the one I used now 2 years ago to budget. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so this page is pretty much it's the equivalent to kind of that special dates page. Or that ideas, plans, goals page on the Plum Paper, where you just have these blank 12 boxes that you can do what you want with. Obviously, these are great to track goals. These are great to track payoff or savings goals. And it just says a goal is a dream with a deadline up top, which actually I do like that one. Not gonna lie, I like that one. Okay, so then you have a blank notes page here, and you get into the monthly dashboards. So again, you guys know I'm not about the floral life for the most part, but I think they did a really good job with this design. Not gonna lie. So it has the flower of that month, and then it tells you a little bit about that flower. So it's orchid for July. And I'm assuming it signifies beauty and strength. And it says grow in beauty and strength when you're planted. So I think these are nice touches. I think the flowers are really pretty. So this is the little like June tabbed dashboard page. And you guys, it opens up to the month. And I know that this has been a complaint in the planner community. Similar to the Plum Paper, which I think opens up to the dashboard. Yeah. The Erin Condren planners used to do this too. And now they've moved them to open up to the month, which is nice. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I think that you can use this and you really don't need to cover this. I think this is gorgeous, this top here. So I love stickers, so it's hard for me to commit to that, but I feel like I might be okay just using it like this without having a monthly kit like washi like header that I'd normally have. I'd still use my like expense tracking in here and everything else, but I really think the print and the floral up top looks stunning. So I'm a fan of that for sure. And this is much more of a standard sizing. Again, I think this is a little bit bigger than it has been in the past. So I think I remember Erica, who uses an Erin Condren monthly all the time. I think I remember her saying that she has to reformat her sticker sizing to fit this. So her current stickers might be slightly off to this new sizing. Something to think about. Obviously, if you do use stickers, I mean, it's kind of hard to get all this stuff, especially at the very edge, whited out. So I feel like if you do use stickers, you might see a little bit of that come through on the top. I don't think it's enough to bother me personally, but just something you can think about. So that is the monthly view. It also has the holidays in here, although the holidays come standard in this one. I don't think you have an option to not do holidays in the Erin Condren. So just so you all know that, but it's a Sunday start. You got your notes column, pretty typical, pretty standard there. So I'm going to move on to the next page. So you do get a notes page here at the back of the monthly view. And then this is your dashboard page, very common, very similar to the dashboard page that I showed you on the Plum Paper where they had the circles. This one has just boxes, very blank slate for you to write whatever you'd like to write in here. I rarely use this, y'all. I've been trying to figure out what I could potentially use these dashboards for, whether this dashboard or the Plum Paper one. For some reason, like, I'm just like, I don't have anything to write here. I don't know what to tell you. I got nothing. So that is the dashboard. And then you get into the notes pages. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages, I think, plus that one behind the monthly view. So you get 10 notes pages total with the EC monthly planner in between the months. So 10 pages total, 9 after the monthly view. And then they go on to the next one. It has the next flower and gives you a little info about what that flower signifies with a little quote. So this is August. Again, I really love this design. I think they killed it with this design this year. So here's your monthly view. You guys know the drill. Notes page, dashboard page, and then your notes pages. So I'll go through and just show you guys the months. So we have September, Inner Strength, Change, and Dignity, Dahlia. Then we have October, which is Gardenia, Clarity, and Trust. I gotta say, I really like this theme. The Peony, is it Peony? I don't know. Honor, Prosperity, and Good Fortune, that's November. December is Magnolia, which is Perseverance. January, Lotus, Enlightenment, and Self-Regeneration. Oh, perfect for January. Lavender, Grace, and Calmness. March, Plumeria, Fresh Start and Love. Ooh, love. Ooh, Fall in Love with Life and Now Adventures. Daisy, New Beginnings for April. Lily, Love and Grief. That's for May. And then finally June is Rose, Love, Gratitude, Grace, and Friendship. And that is the end of the planner. So let me just go through to the end so I can show you guys what else is going on up in her. Okay, so we've got notes page. Okay, and then at the end, we have another year at a glance for 2023. That's a nice touch. This one, though, gives you some lines, like some bullet points that you can write. Maybe there's some things you have to take in mind. Some things you have to keep in mind when you're thinking about 2023. We are planners at the end of the day, so this doesn't surprise me. And then there's just some blank lines on the bottom here. So that's in the back. I don't think I showed you guys the back of the plum paper, but I don't think there's anything in the back. I will go back and check it out for you. And then you have this Flora design page. It does come with some stickers. These are like little, they remind me of like appointment labels. Great for expense tracking, honestly. So you have a sheet of those, 2 sheets. Looks like 2 sheets of those. Okay, and then, oh, it has a little pocket for you to put in, you know, you can put stickers in here or whatever have you, and the pocket is front and back. It came with this sheet of, oh, this is a sheet of stickers featuring year-round heritage and awareness days, months, and observances. Okay, so they added this kind of sticker sheet of the different heritage days, different awareness days, months. Okay, all right. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And then you have the pocket and you have the same kind of dashboard and back cover. So that's the Erin Condren, you guys. Woo, I know I covered a lot in here. I did say I would go ahead and take a look at the back of the plum paper for you guys because I did not. What kind of planner reviewer am I? Goodness gracious. Okay, let's do that. Let me move the Erin Condren and just show you guys the back of this really quick. So it does come with a few dot grid pages. Let's see, 1, 2 dot grid pages. Then you have a contacts page. I never use this ever. Front and back, you have a passwords page. Again, I never use this ever. I feel like this is risque. But you know, some people are cool with it. It stays home and they don't have to worry about, you know, having that information out there. But I don't know. It would not feel good to me to put it there. And then you have a 2023 at a glance here. So you can see all the dates ahead of time. And then finally you have a pocket to put in, you know, loose paper, notes, stickers, of course, here in the back. And then you've got your back cover and your protective cover. So there is the plum paper. Okay, so now that I've reviewed both of these, you guys, just some highlights and some key differences to keep in mind. The plum paper coil is much smaller than the Erin Condren coil. I don't think you have the option to customize the plum paper coil. You can customize the type of Erin Condren coil that you want with your planner. Plum paper is the king of customization, like way more customizations overall than Erin Condren. So if you want to add sections, whole sections, I'm talking whole sections to your planner. You can do that through the Plum Paper. You can get this in the monthly layout, the vertical layout, the horizontal layout. There's plenty of options. You can get different covers. It is an interchangeable cover. The only thing is just keep in mind that you would have to go through and kind of snip this cover off. Unlike the Erin Condren, which you can just pull right off and snap right back in. So it's a little easier, I find, to switch out the cover for this one. Plum paper is very smooth. So if that's your jam, this is it. This is the one for you. If you like more textured, a little bit thicker of a paper, this is probably more your style. Though I will say, this feels a little less thick and a little less gritty than the first Erin Condren that I had in like 2019, 2020. So just keep that in mind. And let's see, what else? I think that's it. I'm hoping I covered everything, you guys. Let me know down below if you guys have questions on either of the planners. Like I said, I've lived in both planners for a year now, so I feel like I can give you some insight probably about using them. So let me know if you have questions that I didn't cover in here. I will leave the websites for both the Plum Paper and Erin Condren planners down below. I am not an affiliate of either planner. This is not a sponsored video by any means. I just wanted to bring this to you guys because I find myself in between these two planners, and I feel like a review of these two would have been helpful for me like a year ago. And when I did a search to see if there was any reviews for them, there weren't really many that came up. So hopefully this gives you another perspective and some insight into both of these planners. Both are very good options. It just really comes down to personal preference and what you're planning to use them for. So that is it for me, you guys. I have them both and I still am not sure which one of these two planners I will be using. However, for the planner that I won't be using, I will be giving it away. Giveaway details will be coming soon, so just stay tuned to the channel. I'm planning on having it be part of my 1K giveaway, so I'm really excited because I think this will be a really fun giveaway for you guys, especially during this time where we're starting to transition into new planners. A lot of people anyway are starting to transition into new planners. Make sure you subscribed so that we can get on with the giveaway. But here's a sneak peek at one of the prizes. It will be one of these two planners, whichever one I decide not to use for this upcoming years. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Again, if there are any questions you have or anything that I didn't go over that you guys want to know about either of these, please let me know and I'm happy to get back to you guys. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as it really does help support the channel. And thank you again so much for watching, y'all. And I will see you guys real soon. Bye.